Why are there so many narcissists? Are there more narcissists now than in the past? And the truth is, you probably hear the word narcissist or narcissism pretty much on a daily basis. Seems to be the word of the moment. Everyone's talking about it. You hear it on TV, radio, podcasts. You watch videos on YouTube about narcissism. So the reason why this is because I think people is becoming more aware. I think people with the internet age have an access to data that they didn't have previously. But there are several factors why we think that this might be the case. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition. It's a personality disorder. And it's said that only about 0.5 to 1% of the population is actually diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. There are many more with narcissistic traits, but I still think that this number is way too low. I don't think 1% is accurate. If you think about the amount of people using social media in this day and age that display narcissistic traits, it's just off the scale. That doesn't mean that they are narcissists, because in order to be diagnosed as a narcissist, you have to have a minimum of 9 traits, and these traits have to be present for a number of years, or regular enough that affects you and affects the people around you. So as I said, it's a mental health condition, a personality disorder, but we use the word narcissist and narcissism to describe people that are entitled, grandiose, which we shouldn't really, because what this does is takes a little bit of the power from the diagnosis. Narcissist or narcissism, it's developed in childhood, usually because of your upbringing, and it's a self-defense mechanism. But yes, it starts in childhood, and it's not very easy to diagnose, mostly because narcissists do not think that there is absolutely anything wrong with them. Their entitlement, their grandiosity, and their lack of empathy do not allow them to see the pain that they create in other people and even in themselves. So as I mentioned, it's really difficult for a person with narcissistic personality disorder to become self-aware and want to better their lives and the ones around them. But before I dive any further into the video, I just wanted to say thank you very much for being here. My name is Vanessa, and the content that I create for this channel is purely based in my own opinions and my experiences. But I think there is some value in an experience. I have been in a relationship with someone that has not been diagnosed clinically, but manifest all the traits that you have to be diagnosed as a narcissist. But I grew up with a narcissist. I grew up with a narcissistic mom. At the time, I didn't know what narcissism was. I actually didn't know what narcissism was until 4-5 years ago. Actually 4. When I started a relationship with this person, I was put through the grinder. I was mincemeat throughout this relationship. Now I'm back to a steak, but sorry for the vegans out there. But yes, the truth is that the cultural shifts that we have experienced over the last few decades have brought up a lot of narcissistic traits exhibitors out there. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel with this statement that I'm going to make now, but the truth is that in this day and age, we are encouraged to self-promote. We all want to be individual. We all want to be pioneers. We all want to be the center of the attention. Well, obviously, not all of us. It would be really boring and fucked up if that was the case. But narcissism is actually sponsored and endorsed. People look up to these celebrities, these influencers that display the Instagram lifestyle. 90% of the time, people is aware that it's all a lie. For self-aware adults or people that have reached some sort of maturity, these influencers, celebrities might not actually have such an impact. But if you think of the younger generations, I have 2 young children myself, they're exposed to this type of lifestyles portrayed on camera. And it's actually giving them a false hope. This is unobtainable for the majority. Not everyone is good looking. Not everyone is a power earner. Not everyone has the body. We all want to achieve that, but what this is creating is, in fact, I think social media is probably the biggest threat to humanity. But yes, we endorse this type of behaviors. We call them influencers, and they are the furthest thing from what they are, portraying themselves to be an influencer. Another factor that might actually endorse or even create more narcissists out there is our parenting styles. This has massively changed. When I was growing up, social media wasn't a thing, as I already said. But not only that, you had boundaries and a structure. There are way more parents at the moment that just give in to the child's needs. We are creating entitled little brats, including myself. I do really try hard to put strict boundaries and structure in my kids' life. So I have to say, I'm doing a good job in there because they're not completely like off the rails. But we prioritize our own lives. We prioritize our own interests sometimes above what the child needs. So what this creates is either we are aiming too high or expecting too much from them, or we just leaving them to their own devices and literally using their own devices continuously. I, like many of you, have said to them at times when I've been tired, just take your phone and go and watch a video. So we are all very guilty of that. If you just think about it as well, when you go out to a restaurant or a cafe or anywhere, what do you actually see? You see these kids and their parents all on their phones rather than interacting with each other. I have a rule now that when we go out, we don't take our phones or we just leave them in the car in the handbag. You need to interact with each other. I'm from Spain. When I was growing up, we all ate together, we all watched TV together. Yes, we obviously have our own time, but it was all very much structured around the family. And I think we completely lost that. Another contributing factor, in my opinion, is the fact that people are more aware about their mental health. Not just their own mental health, but people surrounding them. Even workplaces have taken into account the fact that mental health is a real thing. And a lot of companies do provide mental health care for their employees. The company I work for does this, and I think is one of the most valued things for employees, because you have an avenue, a platform to be able to use in order to help yourself. The more productive you are, the better for a company. The better your mental health, the better it is for the company too. And people is not so shy anymore about talking about the mental health issues. It's not a stigma or taboo like it used to. Even narcissists are becoming more aware. I know that the person I'm talking about in these videos, the person I had this relationship with, has become self-aware because I drilled him with the fact that he was a narcissist for so long. I gave him facts and I asked him to listen to things so he could actually try to become a better person. He's doing a lot of that at the moment. I don't know how is that gonna work out for him. But even narcissists have channels on YouTube where they talk about their own narcissistic journey and their journey to recovery. Becoming a self-aware narcissist takes a lot of balls, to be quite honest, because you have to put aside all of that egocentricity and your grandiosity and become real. I would say that a lot of narcissists don't even know that they are narcissists, and they go into therapy thinking that they are actually depressed. When they become aware of who they are and why do they behave the way they do, they might not completely change the way they are, but they might try to rectify some of the behaviors that affect other people. Another contributing factor is that our society is obsessed with money. We all want to be top earners. We all want to be entrepreneurs. We all want to be at the top of our game. And this is heavily influenced by the celebrity culture as well. But people are just not satisfied with mundane things. They always want to aspire to more. Not everyone has the skill or the potential to become a millionaire. And that is a fact. I think people should just become content and happy with what they can achieve, having a good life-work balance. You don't need to have the latest gadgets and the latest technologies, the best holidays to be happy. If you're happy within, you probably externalize that too. And it's normally when you are happy and things start falling into place that you can become a better earner in many ways. Capitalism, as well as social media, has created a big problems for humanity. People have stopped looking for the real meaning of life, the true self, the things that make them happy, and are just driven by this visual culture that we have created. It's really quite sad because we do need money, and I would be a fool to say that money doesn't bring happiness to an extent. But you need to lose the focus that money is the only reason to be happy. The person I'm talking about in my videos, again, his only reason to be happy was to have money. The only way he could call himself happy was if he had enough money. And it used to make me really sad that he will always say, the reason I'm not happy is because I don't have any money. Instead of saying, the reason I'm not happy is because I am not a self-aware narcissist and I cannot look within. It used to really make me feel terrible about money, if I'm honest, because this was my outlook in life when I was quite young. I just wanted to be successful and I just wanted to have a lot of money. I burnt out completely. I achieved some success, I'm not gonna lie, but it took a lot of mental strength. And now, I look at it now, would I do that again? Probably not. I would do things very differently because you don't want to be burnt out in your early 20s already. So yeah, that's another contributing factor. Another one, and this is quite, and this is my personal point of view, and I think a lot of people would agree with me, is internet dating, online dating apps. That has created a big problem for anyone that is trying to find a meaningful relationship through a visual application. There is no chance that displaying yourself with your bare chest or your bikini body on a platform that you can find long-term love. You are just displaying the things that people want to see and they think that they want. But how vacuous. I have used dating apps. And to be honest, the first time I ever used them was in 2019, and only for a period of 3 months. That's when I met the narcissist. And I despised it. I felt ashamed and I felt so empty when I was using these apps because I kept on meeting the same kind of people all the time. Maybe I was giving their wrong vibes too. But people have different standards now. They have raised the bar. A lot of women want the successful, rich, good-looking, 6'5" trust fund guy. And a lot of guys just want someone that looks like a poster girl without really looking for the real qualities in the person. And this is all very narcissistic. I think dating apps are the biggest pool of narcissism out there at the moment. And I'm sure most of these apps have been created by narcissists themselves. As I said, I completely disagree with them. I am aware that is the only way that many people get to meet other people. I don't use them. I'd rather not use them. And if I can help it, I will not use them. So yes, this, in my opinion, is another big contributing factor. But the truth is that I don't think, and I might be wrong, there might be more people than ever displaying narcissistic traits. But, you know, there's always been narcissists out there. There have always been dictators who, in fact, are psychopathic narcissists. And there have always been those bosses that they were controlling and you have to achieve a certain amount of success, otherwise they will fire you. There has always been a lot of narcissism. Is that now we have a different lens and we can see these things better. But I might be completely wrong. I mean, I don't know. What do you actually think? You can just put your comment down below. But yes, this is my take on why there are more narcissists now. Society is creating problems every single day for ourselves, as much as development and technology and AI are a good thing in many ways, are also the downfall for the humankind. And on that note, I just wanted to say, if you're still here, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you find some value in this video. And if you did, please like, and I will see you again very soon in the next one. Until then, take care and bye.